Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about getting ready for our Classroom Relay integration. For those of you that don't know, Classroom Relay is a monitoring software that syncs with Google Classroom, and it allows you to view and control websites that students are on and screens and so forth. This year, we're supposed to have full access to all that Classroom Relay offers because it was purchased by the district. Last week, we were supposed to have this integration going on in the high schools, but when they did it in the middle schools, they found that there was some syncing issues. So that's on the back burner for right now. They're working on those issues this week, and I don't have an ETA for when that will happen, but there's a few things we can do this week to kind of get ready to make it a little more seamless. And so you are only looking at this year's classes. So if you have not used Classroom Relay before, then you can stop watching because this is just for teachers that have used it previously. That includes if you were, at a former middle school or a different high school in Fayette County, then you could follow these steps as well. So don't turn it off if you've used Classroom Relay before, but if not, you may stop and read the rest of my email. So there's three things that we need to do to get ready. So the first thing we need to do is we need to first clear students from inactive classes that you had last year, and then archive those classes if you're no longer using them. So if you haven't touched Google Classroom this year, what you do is you go to your Waffle when you're logged on with your school logon, and then you'll go to Classrooms right here. It'll pull up any Google Classrooms you have that are active. So these are mine right here. I have this one, and so I'm going to click on that. It has 4 students. Now, some of you might be thinking, why can't I just delete it? You can't. When you sync with Classroom Relay, it picks up those students even if you archived your classes. So we need to go to People and select all of our people just by clicking up here, and then go to Actions and Remove. I'm not going to remove this because I use it for teaching purposes, but then you will remove those students. Okay, then once you have the students removed, you can archive the class by going to the snowman for that class and then archive it. Okay, so that's the first step. That way, when you go to sync, it's not still pulling old classes. Now, those of you have used Classroom Relay before, let me pull that up real quick. And mine should pull, well, you would hope that it would pull up automatically. But when I go into Classroom Relay and sign in with Google, we used to see this big long list of classes. So they're working on fixing that so you don't have a big long list of classes. Like I have classes that I've used in Google Classroom before, but I haven't gone in and deleted those students, and they're going to figure out how to get these out of there. So if you have a million classes in here, they are working on that issue because that was brought to their attention. But when I click on these, I want to make sure I don't have any students in here, and these are empty classes that I created just for teaching purposes. But anyway, when I go to those classes, and the sample, I don't want to still see those same kids. So we want them off. The other reason for that is, and one of our other steps will be, we need to go in and unblock. So I'm going to keep that open for now. All right, second thing is what I talked about with the archived Google Classrooms. So maybe you have deleted some classes before. So I'm going to go to my waffle or my hamburger there, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to archive classes, and I want to make sure I go to these classes and pull out the people. I don't have any people in here, but do that same thing we just did. Go to people and remove the students from the class, and this will still say archive, but pull these kids out of these classes because it's still syncing them with Classroom Relay. So it's pulling these classrooms that we thought we deleted. So definitely go to your hamburger, down to archive classes, and delete the students out of these classes that you might have. Like I don't have any students there, but and then I can delete them. I'm going to delete mine permanently out of the archive. Boom. Okay, so then I'm done. All right, now the last thing we want you to do is we want to make sure that you've removed all Weblocks. We've had some students since their middle schools turned on Classroom Relay last week that have like YouTube blocked. Some have their whole internet blocked because their teacher had blocked them in Classroom Relay. And that's something we're going to talk about when we get these classes started. Is we're only going to use timers for our specific class, and that will alleviate you having to go in and unblock things. So our timers we're going to set up next week, and I'll be showing you how to do that. But these teachers from last year didn't do that. They didn't place a time, or maybe they did, but the Weblocks are still going. So they haven't deleted their classes. All right, so I'm going to go to Classroom Relay, which is classroom.relay.school, and log in with my Google sign-in like I did before. And then I'm going to go in and delete any rules I had on that class. Okay, so it should be nothing's blocked. Like I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to hit apply at the bottom. Right? So those web rules are going to be really different next time. You can even just change it to none, and then you're good to go. Okay? So hope that helps. We'll talk about more about the new features, and we'll have PD about it as it's being integrated. Thank you.